Hi guys, welcome back to Jenetics Creations. So I'm gonna continue with the tutorials of teaching you guys crochet basics. And the last video I did was on single crochet. I also taught you 3 different ways to take that stitch and make it look differently even though it's all the same stitch. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll post the link below, but check it out. Naturally, the next thing that makes sense to work on would be double crochet. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to do the double crochet stitch and how to get those same 3 different looks all using the same stitch. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started, we're going to take our yarn and our hook and we're going to chain 10. So for the purposes of this swatch, we're going to make it 10 stitches across. So chain 10. So if we want 10 stitches across, we can't only chain 10. If you were doing a row of single crochets, I would tell you to add 1 chain, but because this is the double crochet and it's a little taller of a stitch, we're going to actually chain 2, so it allows me to go back into this stitch right here. So chain 2, you do not need to turn because we're already holding our work. Like I said, we're going to go into the 3rd chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3. First, you're going to yarn over, insert the hook, pull up 1, pull up 2, pull up 2. So a single crochet, you're pulling up 2 1 time. For a double crochet, you're pulling up 2 twice. So that's the key difference. You're going to insert the hook again, pull up 1, pull up 2, pull up 2. We're going to do this across until you have 10 double crochets. Speed things up and I'll see you at the end. So you should have 10 double crochets. We're going to go ahead and count them now. Remember, we're creating good habits. This is a chain, the 2 chains that we did right before we turned. So there's no reason for us to count that unless the pattern tells us to. There are some patterns that will tell you the chains count as a double crochet. For our purposes, we are going to ignore it. So then you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now we're going to work on to row 2. Remember, we've got to create space again so we can go into this first stitch. So we're going to chain 2 because it is a double crochet stitch and it needs that height. We're going to turn. Now, we're inserting the hook into both these loops. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to go into both loops. You're going to pick up that full V. Yarn over first, insert the hook, pull up 1, pull up 2, and pull up 2 again. Now we're going to go into that next hook. You're going to yarn over, insert the hook. You should have both loops there. Pull up 1, pull up 2, pull up 2. I'm going to keep going across and speed up the video. I'll see you when you have 10. Okay, so we have our stitches again, and once again, good habits. We are going to count. We're ignoring the chains. So we will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is how you will keep those edges straight as you keep going, and your project will look the way that it needs to, is to always make sure that you are counting and you're consistently going in to the loops at the top of the stitch. So get to know how the stitch looks, because for the next one I would go right in on top here. For this stitch, I'm going right in on top here. Now remember guys, I told you were going to get 3 different looks with the same stitch. So how do we do that? The same way as we did with the single crochets in my other video. So we've chained 2, we're going to turn. You always have the option to go into both hoops. But if you want to create different looks, you can pick to do front loop only, or you can also pick to do back loop only. So for the sake of this video, I will show you what back loop only is. We're going to yarn over. We're going to put it right into that back loop and pull up 1, pull up 2, whoops, and then pull up 2 again. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that next back loop only, and you're going to pull up 1, pull up 2, and pull up another 2. I'll show you. We'll keep going across, speed up the video, and I'll see you at the end. So now you will see we've done our back loops only. We're going to count just the same. That doesn't change just because we're pulling different loops. So we're going to count again. We've got 1, let me make sure you get a good angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So as you can see, when I do both loops, the project is a little more flat. You see it a little more seamless, just different style. And then when you come over here, you've got that little ridge. That's what happens when you do back loops only. It creates a little bit of texture. You can see how it just creates that little ridge right there. So when you think about how do I create my different looks, here is what it'll look like when you are pulling up both loops. Nice, flat. Creates a very good clean row. When you are picking up front loops only, you'll notice the stitches are a little bit taller. There's a little more stretch. You've got a little more it's a little more transparent, which some people like. It's just a different look, different style, just a different flavor, if you will. And then here you have back loops only, and just like with the single crochets, it creates that rippled, textured look to it. All of them are the same stitch, but you can pick and choose what you want to play with, and feel free to try them out. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave a comment below, and I will get back to you. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. You now know how to do the double crochet. You also now know how to take that single stitch, that same stitch, and create 3 different looks. So great job to you guys. If you liked what you saw here, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe down below because I have more tutorials coming your way. Talk to you soon. Keep stitching.